Sup YouTube, this is Rai-Oh, the Flare Knight for Team Rukukai, and I'm going to give you a deck profile for the Inzektor deck that I took to locals this past weekend and got topped with. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this deck. It's way too easy to use, and so I call them Inzektderps. That's just me. But it's a ridiculously autopilot deck if you didn't know, and I put it together on Friday night, went to the tournament Sunday, and beat out most of the people that I went up against. Ended up going 3-2, but officially 4-1 because my buddy Rail gave me one of the wins. So, without further ado, the main deck is 3 Dragonfly, 3 Centipede, 3 Hornet. Pretty much, you need those 9 cards to make the deck no matter what else you do. Then, on everything you do after that is pretty much touch and fill. You can use multiple Inzektor Giga-Mantis. I only ran one. In the deck, we use our tour guides. Beautiful little card. Works great because the entire deck is based off of 3s. And also, one of the cards that I hate. So, it works.
The thing is, it's just, this deck it's very low budget. It can run without the tour guides, but the tour guides make it so much more consistent.
Right. And then added a little tour bus there to recycle or screw with your opponent, since I was running the tour guides anyway, and staying in for searching, because everything in here, except Giga-Mantis and Centipede, have lower attack points. 2 Armageddon Knights, use them to get your Hornets in the graveyard, speeds up the deck. A Spirit Reaper for those. Oh crap, what am I going to do to hold off my opponent for a couple of turns? Mystic Tomatoes. This was my I need to get out of this situation card, or I need to buy some time, or I need something to side out card. I only ran 2 because I didn't need 3, and if I needed to side in Veilers or something, these guys are the first to go, especially if I mirror match against another Inzektors. Don't destroy by battle, no effect. But if you destroy by battle, good for you. Gores and Dark Arm Dragon. 2 cards that situationally they're great, situationally they're bad. Pros outweigh the cons. That's the monster deck. Then you got your spells: Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, triple MST. Now people might say, why are you running triple when you have the Hornets? What shuts down this deck? Skill Drain, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. These guys get rid of those, and you don't have to worry about it. Pot of Duality. Oh, why are you running a Pot of Duality in something that special summons every turn? Because sometimes you don't. And when you need to get to that one card that you need, Armageddon Knight, a Hornet, just to get your plays going, that's what gets it to you. Allure of Darkness, your Dark Monsters. So what if your Dark Monsters, you're removing cards from play, but you're running a deck that primarily uses 3s. Leviair just trolls the crap out of, I'm going to remove my Dragonfly from play. I'm going to summon a Dragonfly, get another one, Exceed, get Leviair out, get another Dragonfly out, get another one out. You plus off this deck so much, it doesn't even need to be used. But I ran it anyway. And Foolish Burial, once again, to get that Hornet in the graveyard. Once you have the Hornet in the graveyard, you're set. You need at least one Hornet, multiple Hornets to make for mean plays. Now for the traps, I ran a fairly heavy trap deck. I ran a total, that's 7 traps. And that's just because I don't need many cards. I was trying to fill in cards that I needed, and traps were the last thing left. I ran 2 bottomless trap holes because a lot of people that are local still run dark rolls. Solemn Judgment, why wouldn't you? Solemn Warnings, why wouldn't you again? They're cheap, they're easy to get, and, well, they save your ass. Torrential Tribute, why not? And Mirror Force, something that I would side out in case I was playing something that didn't really attack, but it's still a good card to have. Now the best part of this deck is the extra deck. Most people run 15 cards. I did have a 15-card extra deck. I only used 3 of them. In any given duel, I only used 4 of them. Now, 4 that I used. Wind up Zenmaines. Your defensive 3-rank synchro. Or Exceed, my bad. Acid Golem. Your super offensive 3-rank Exceed. Leviair, this is why
the combo maker.
The combo maker with Allure of Darkness. You troll the crap out of them. It's like, why would you remove your... Your number 17, your Safer Beater. and just I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna detach one, and suddenly your tour bus can control somebody. You have a Hornet in the graveyard. You have a Sing. You have something in your graveyard ready to use. And for the hell of it, I had an Exit Beetle because I could.
How many times did you use it?
I didn't use it at all, but it was there anyway. I had the rest of the slots were filled with molds. I actually had 2 Leviathans, 2 Leviairs. I wish I had the second Zenmaines, but I didn't.
Expensive.
And so I had two more of those. I think I only used 2 Leviathans in one match the entire time. Other than that, you don't need an extra deck for this deck. That's how ridiculous this deck really is. And that's the deck. It's powerful. I mirror matched. I think I played against the same guy twice, and I beat him both times. And it was just like
mirror match
in a mirror match. Inzektors. He did some combo with Inzektor Caliber, and it was just like holy crap. He OTK'd me the first time. Then I sided in Baylors and everything, and just like okay, now you can't do anything against me. And for some strange reason, he didn't even run. I know he had tour guides, and I know he has a Dark Arm, but he didn't use either one of them in his deck, and he was just surprised that I actually ran Dark Arm Dragon. I don't know why you wouldn't in this deck. I mean, you flood your graveyard with so many Dark Monsters it might become dead, but you also have a lot of graveyard control with the fact that you pull stuff from your graveyard to use.
And with Tour Bus Tour Guide.
It's such an amazing trolling deck. Although I can't even imagine how many times I misplayed. Like, oh, I have 4 dark cards in the graveyard. I'll detach a tour bus and I'll resend so I can play my Dark Arm. Oh wait, since I sent another dark card, I bounced one back. Now I still have 4 cards. I just have a different 4 card. I don't know how many times I misplayed this in total. I showed my opponent my cards when I was supposed to draw. I made stupid mistakes like not using Centipede's effect, not using Dragonfly's effect, over having too many monsters, doing things out of order, but I still won.
But the point is, even with all the mistakes
I made, I still came out on top of pretty much everyone.
And with the deck he just knew kind of the basics of and had not played. He had about, 10 test duels against 2 different decks.
Yes, I test dueled against Crimians or Rails. I don't know which name.
Crim.
Crim. Tested against Crim's Scrap deck, which is going to be coming out in a profile later, and I trolled the crap out of that one. I tested against Size.
Gusto Psychics,
which he turned into Hyper Kicker Turbo. Scary as hell once he gets that thing out. But I tested it out and I won a majority of my duels. And then once I got to the tournament, I played Inzektors and won. Played Dark World and won. Played some Piper deck and won. I played Crim's Scrap deck and got 2-0'd. Sad day.
Don't tell anybody.
Played Bubble Beatdown and lost, but I gave him. But it was just one of those duels that it went to game 3, but I screwed up because I didn't decide in my victories in game 2. I decided him in game 3, and I lost against Scrap. Is it anti-meta Scraps?
I have no idea.
You have no idea what it's called. It's his current Scrap deck that he'll be uploading probably immediately after this video, or at the same time maybe. And
but in general, it was a good day.
In general, it was a great day, but this deck, these 10 cards
are stupid.
This deck is stupid. Once you get these, this is the most expensive thing in the deck, other than tour guides, which are getting reprinted and other than your Exceeds, if you want to use number 70. These make the deck. If you can get these, you can run the deck, no matter what else you have, as long as you have 3 of these. The biggest weaknesses of this deck are Skill Drain, and Effect Veiler, and Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. What are ways to get around that? I run triple MST. I wish I had debunks, etc. These are what I love Dragoonities. I wish they would be more competitive. These are like Dragoonities 4.0. You skip 2.0 and 3.0 because all the weaknesses Dragoonities have.
These do not.
These don't, and it's even stupider because they're all the same type. They're all the same element. You can use their effects as long as they're on the field, only once per turn, as opposed to when they're normal suns. Anyways, that's the Inzektor that's the Inzektor deck profile. Comment, rate, subscribe, do what you want. I'm sure there are better decks out there, but this thing worked for me with minimal effort. Peace.